Poppin'. Happy Saturday. Ooh. Stretch that shit the fuck up. How are you? I love ya. So much transformation. And I want to say that the last 2 weeks have been the easiest weeks because the transits that are coming up is crazy. There was something I was gonna do. Oh, let me close my door. No, for some apparent reason I have to have my door closed for my room. Have like this, feel secluded so that I can be able to talk to y'all. I don't know. Hold on. But yes, okay. So there's a lot going on. I am pulling out a card for each zodiac sign, and then I'll also pull out an extra card for what to watch out for next week, because next week is going to be a confusing week. We're going to be going through a lot of emotions. There's a lot of shifting that's happening, so I'm going to talk about that. Don't forget to get your calendar on Buy Me a Coffee, but just go to Buy Me a Coffee and check everything out. Check it out, because I'm gonna be absent for a little bit, and that's how you're gonna be able to connect with me. But I hope that you guys all are doing amazing. I love y'all. So let's get started because it's crazy. All right, so one of the things that I want to share with you guys is that we are going to be having a lunar solar eclipse on the 26th, which is a Tuesday if I'm not mistaken. And that is going to be a day where eclipses are strong shifts. So, and that happens every year. So if you think about your summer every year, you start realizing that there's a lot of shifting that happens in the summer. And if you haven't, just go back and check. And so what is good for you to know about a lunar eclipse is that its energy shakes you up for the next 6 months or so, or for the next year, right? Because the solar eclipse, they come once a year. So the reason why I tell y'all all of this is because I know that I provide you guys with a lot of information, and at times it could get confusing as to what you should be focusing on. And I believe that the most important part about your life is the part that resonates with you intuitively. I could talk about the solar eclipse, and maybe in your life is not as prominent as it is in somebody else's life. So just go through what you intuitively feel is for you. Maybe Gemini season is not that happy, that um it doesn't shake your life up as much as it would for me because I have a Gemini moon. You understand? So it's again going back to having you go into your natal chart so that you can start really focusing on what area in your life is shifting. Next week is gonna be, I'm continue to say because it's gonna be confusing. So Taurus season ends on Thursday. When Taurus season ends, we're going right into Gemini season. Gemini is going to be having a lot of action happening. Mercury is already in Gemini. Venus is also in Gemini. And so if you think about last year around this time, what were you doing artistically? And that doesn't mean, oh, now you're painting, or what was you doing, like working with your hands? Were you actually having fun? Did you, and I know we was all locked up. Locked up. They won't. That's not funny. Stop. All right, focus. So we was all like going through our own transition forcefully, right? So what was you doing? Was you being creative? Was you writing? Was you listening to music? Was you dancing? Was you cooking more? What were you doing? Because that energy is coming back up. You want to say hi? So, one of the things that you also, Grand Rising, everyone, one of the things that you want to focus on is making sure that you do backtrack. You backtrack on what you were doing so that you can understand what may have been your lesson or what gifts or skills you gained, right? Because a lot of times we have skills, but we don't feel like we're going to be able to make money off of it, or we don't trust ourselves enough, or in that area that we are gifted in, people have put many of their beliefs on you, so you don't believe in yourself or what you could accomplish. So just think about those things because it's coming up. We're going into a deep retrograde season. Saturn is going retrograde at the end of the month, and so is Mercury. And so there's a lot of intellectual shit happening for us where it's going to be confusing. Okay, so let's go. Where you at? All right. So we still have Mars in Cancer. So think about your emotions and how they're being watered down, and you're being more emotional than ever. Honor yourself because I don't even know what you doing, Zeus. Stop starting trouble. Cause he antagonizing Bison, and then Bison gonna start barking, and we all have see that's that Mars in Cancer. So Mars is gonna be in Cancer for the next 4 months. So your actions, your motivation could be watered down. So just again honor yourself because a lot of times we have to be watered down so that we can be able to receive the information that's being sent from the universe, the information that you're gaining of yourself. And for those of us that like to overthink or do too much, this can, actually help us out. So then you have Mercury again, that's going to be in Gemini, and then you have a Gemini season that's coming up, and then you have Venus in Gemini. All up here, technology, all of the things like right now, especially where like you guys that are into the cryptos and stuff like that, a lot of activity when it comes to electronics. When a lot of us are going to be traveling a little bit more around this time. Just be careful. Make sure that you honor yourself and don't argue a lot with people, because when Mercury goes into retrograde, it's going to get intense. I haven't even touched the bases of Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. That is another video. All right, so for next week, Monday, you're going to feel lazy. You're going to feel like you don't want to do shit. But then Taurus energy comes in and pushes you. And that's just because, again, Mars and Cancer. So now that this energy is coming up for you, do your best to plan something, exercise, or use that energy to do yoga, meditation, something that's going to honor that energy, because you are going to feel a little bit lazy. And that's good. That's because there's also going to be different parts of your life where you're going to be confused. There's going to be a lot of confusion. There's going to be a lot of us are going to be parting ways with people because you want to choose this side and this person wants to choose this side. So there's a lot of choices being made that's going to break a couple of people apart. And I'm not talking about like relationship wise. I'm talking more of like beliefs. And if you are in a relationship and your beliefs change, then I'm talking to you, right? So we're gonna be scared because we don't know what's coming up. We confused. So anytime we make a decision, we might have some type of anxiety. Your intuition is what's coming out right now. The whole game right now is to trust yourself, because there's gonna be a lot of mistrust and trust. There's gonna be friends and family that we're gonna be again letting go of because we don't really trust them or we don't know what's really going on. Communicate clearly. That's the most important part, because Pluto is still in action, and Pluto is definitely coming in to try to shake shit up on Monday and bring in your negative Nancy's and I can't do this and I can't do that type of talk. And again, because Mars is in Cancer, you're probably gonna believe it, and then you're gonna drown yourself in that. Try your best not to. I know that it's hard, fighting yourself to get better, because I go through that. All right. So then, let me see what's happening on Tuesday. All right. So on Tuesday, if you make changes, you're going to embrace those changes. You're going to honor it. You're going to honor it, and that's going to help you believe in your moves and what you're doing. But at the same time, we're moving closer into Saturn coming in, and because there's another thing. Don't. Just there's another thing happening with Saturn and Uranus that's coming up, but that's another shift. Jesus Christ. All right, focus, my ladies. All right. So Tuesday is going to be good for us. We're going to be able to use the energy of Venus and Mercury. They're combined together and they're working in harmony in Gemini. So you're going to get thoughts and ideas that's going to assist you in what you're confused about on Monday. So pay attention to that. All right, and then on Wednesday, there's going to be some action with Venus. I mean, with Virgo being the moon is going to be in Virgo. That, you know, the moon moves every 2 days, so the moon is going to be in Virgo 1 or 2 days, and then of course the sun is still going to be in Taurus. So that energy right there is also going to put us in a space of not believing. So you go from not knowing if you want, you being emotional about what you're deciding. Then on Tuesday, you're honoring it and you like, I'm gonna do it, and then Wednesday you just like crumble down again and you just like, do I really want to do this? So again, trust yourself, trust your spirit. If you're making a huge change in your life, how do you feel when you think about it? And be in that feeling. Everything's about feelings right now, and it's not about like, I don't like you. No, that's the ego. Let's put the ego to the side for a minute. How do you truly feel? If it makes your stomach hurt, you know, what are your signs that your body tell you, that ain't it? Or if your body be like, yes, right? If you could talk about something like, you see how I talk about astrology, like I sleep, eat, and shit this. But I love it. So, how does that, how, what you do makes you feel? Like, did that even sound right? It probably didn't, but when you wake up and go to work, do you feel good? You know? And if you don't, how can you shift that? It doesn't necessarily say that you have to actually go and, well, some of you guys want to get fired, but try not to do those actions, okay? Um, if you're not ready for it. If you're ready to get fired, go ahead, while out. What can I tell you? But if you're not, what can you do to make your mornings honor you so that you can be happy where you're going? All right. So there's going to be a shift. There's going to be like a passive aggressive thing happening on Wednesday, but then towards the end of the day, there's going to be some thoughts of saying to yourself, all right, I can do this. So again, write things down for yourself. Your mind is going to be playing tricks on you and me. Friday, think about it as a whole new day. So every day, take it. We should do that anyways, but a lot of us drag what happened yesterday, right? I know I do it sometimes. So think about leaving everything in each day so that you can be able to start fresh. Friday, there's mutable energy, so it's changeable energy that's happening for us. And then Neptune and Mercury, they are going to be together, as well as Jupiter. So there's that feeling again of distrust. So it's like every other day we're not trusting what we want to do. And that could be again in any area in your life. And here I'll chime in a little bit generally to see what area it's touching for you. Then just the weekend. The weekend is gonna be again up and down, but it's gonna be more subtle. There's gonna be a time for us to just chill with our friends and our family. And then, you know, with the Neptune energy, some of us might be doing escapism. So I want to say be motherfucking careful, because that energy is going to last sometimes. So if you're into, you know, anything that has to do with drinking, drugs, party, eating, anything that you love, that you can, that you know you can go to the extreme of, ease off a little bit, because it will be hard to pull yourself a little bit out of it, because there's this Jupiter that expands things, and then Pisces that's definitely about illusion. So it could be a good thing, or it could be a heavy thing, right? Because some of us, I'm not going to call it negative because I don't know you. So therefore, want to use the energy of Jupiter to expand what you're doing, focus on that. But if you have some type of excessive addiction to anything, y'all know I have an addiction to coffee. I gotta be careful. I might be drinking 2 or 3 cups a day, you know? All right. So, with all of that being said, take a deep breath. And like I said, I'm going to be flipping a card for each zodiac sign, and then I'm going to be using my that to see what part of your life spirit wants you to focus on, so that you can, like, you know, like if the Two of Cups come out, then, you know, focus on relationships, and that could be the part that's confusing for you. All right. That was good. Now, Aries, the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups talks about partnerships, talks about relationships. This could also be you moving away from yourself, right? And knowing that whatever has happened emotionally is for the highest good of everyone. You see, Spirit is there with another cup saying that emotionally, regardless of what has happened in the relationship, what has happened with you in the past, with yourself, with other people, you're getting a fresh start. And you can see the cup is more on top of her head. So right now, I'm feeling like whoever it is that is in disagreement with you, or um, basically not in alignment with you, still has not cleared up their head on how to make the situation easy for either one of the parties. So if you're basically arguing with yourself, your shadow self is still in the fights of wanting to stay in that old energy, right? So next week, again, try to figure out how to use different modalities to tap into what's clearing up. All right. And here with the tree there, go outside next week and allow yourself to be with nature. Taurus season is almost ending, so just go ahead and be in nature and honor your feelings next week, because that is what's coming up for you. And as you do that, again, think about a waterfall. Why? Because waterfalls are good. And think about your feelings just being washed away and being renewed. And so, what is the challenge? The Five of Cups, emotions again. The challenge is you diving deep into this change and allowing yourself to be in this energy of tears. That's me. The energy of tears. Remember, it's your sun, moon, and rising. So pick which one you want to listen to. But the Five of Cups is definitely letting you know that there's going to be some heavy energy being released. And so just honor that. All right. Taurus. Taurus, you have the Seven of Swords, your thoughts. Your thoughts, your emotions, anger. This is what's coming up for you next week. You might be beating yourself up for, I'm hearing, some transaction that had happened, or a decision that you made 2 weeks ago. So now it's coming up next week, and you in a space of being angry. And if you can see here, if you stay in that space of being angry, there's a time where you may lose some of your energy and your power. So pick and choose who you want to dispute with, who you want to argue with, and what you want to fight for next week, because you're in between the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So you're in between feeling like you've been deceived, feeling like people's been lying to you, or you've been lying to people, and so now it's coming out, so people might be coming at you, or you found out something. So it's definitely something mischievous I hear happening next week for you. But with the Eight of Swords, that'll be the confusion there. Monday they tell you something, Tuesday you like nah, Wednesday you like. So just before you act, push back, and then just allow yourself to really see what's happening. What's the real picture? All right. What is the challenge? The challenge. So yeah, definitely you have swords. The Page of Swords. The challenge could be, again, you got two swords, your thoughts. So it talks about being smart next week. So the challenge is allowing yourself to pick a different reaction. Ooh, pick a different reaction. So like when you dispute with people and you can argue them down, don't do that. and see what's, well, I'm not telling you what to do. You can do what you want to do. But do that, right, this week. If you're going to argue with somebody, argue with them. See how you feel. Where does it go? Or what happens if you don't argue with them and you pull back? Where does that go? So your challenge is to respond differently, to think of a new way to respond to any of this energy that's coming up for you. All right? Buenos dias. All right, so you, Gemini, the Page of Coins, challenges. Y'all want this to be their challenge? All right, so your challenges is money then. This is for you in this aspect. So you have the Page of Coins and the Knight of Coins. So for you next week, Gemini, is going to be about your funds. And there's a lot of activity happening in your sign. So do pay attention to each and everything that you are doing. If you have been, if you haven't been, what is this? All right. Some of y'all are changing your diets. Let me know. If you haven't been saving for what you truly want, it can be a little bit challenging this coming week. So be in a space of knowing exactly what you want to spend your money on, and then also your worth. Other people, for others of you, other people have been like just haunting you, and I just feel like this energy of people telling you what to do, or telling you you're not enough, or you actually believe in that. This could be your thoughts, or this could actually be a person or people just even at work talking. So again, so now I'm getting different messages for a couple of y'all. So some of you guys are at work and you're being like bullied at work, and so that energy is maybe coming in next week, and spirit just asking you, what is your worth and what are you going to do, what are you going to fight for? Because again, this is your challenge. For others of you, this could be in your relationships. That energy, right? I'm doing this because I feel like somebody's just here all the time and it's just not assisting you in the space that you're in right now. So again, honor yourself and see if it's your self-worth that is coming up next week for yourself. Are you putting yourself down? Or are you believing that other people's putting you down? But remember that you know who you truly are, and you are able to uplift yourself from that. All right. So this over here is the positive ones, and they wanted that one to be the challenge. See, the Ten of Swords, letting go of heaviness. So letting is really, everything is here. When I go with the Ten of Swords, like whatever has happened to you, some people have already apologized. Some of you guys are looking for apologies, and it's just like some people already apologized to you, and the way you want people to apologize to you is not the way they did it. Okay, that's not for everybody. So, but they still did. So move away from that energy. Spirit is saying so that you can be able to really honor your worth. They might have put you down deeply, and somebody might have asked for a raise, and they, how you call it, they put your boss said no, and so that brought your self-esteem down. Pick yourself back up and know that how long you been working there, and in addition to how long you've been working there, what other qualities do you have? Y'all, I want y'all to understand, what do people come to y'all for? And you talk about with ease. That's your gift. All right, so you have the Ten of Swords and the Page of Coins. Cancer, you have the King of Wands. Cancer, there's a graduation for you, a spiritual graduation. You see that? There's a lot of darkness that is coming in next week for some of you, and it's for you to let go of. This person is coming out so fresh and so clean. In addition to that, they're walking out with their spirit guide. You see at the back that there's a statue. That's you next week if you decide to allow yourself to honor your shadow sides. Was a lot. Your shadow side. Ooh, why you use that finger? Sorry, y'all. That's probably y'all saying, fuck my shadow side. All right, focus. So you see there's a fire pit there? Burn, baby, burn. Do some type of ritual for you if you're into that, like burn a candle. For you, I'm getting to go ahead and do a bath or something for yourself to allow this energy to just pass through you, and you can at least see it face to face. Some of you guys have not been facing your shadows, and so now it's coming in. All right. So, but next week you will come out stronger. Next week you will come out with a new spirit guide. Some of you guys may be wanting to connect with your mother, so go ahead and connect with them, whether they're here or in the spiritual world. Even if it's going to be intense, right? Connecting with your mother or connecting with your femininity is going to give you a breakthrough next week. All right. Burn, baby, burn. Y'all, I don't know where they come up with this stuff. So animated. The Two of Coins. Self-worth. The challenge is believing that you're worthy of this. The challenge is believing that you're capable of receiving this money, right? Because it could be your money and it could be your worth. Are you combining your worth and your... I can't watch the comments. Said Disco Inferno. All right. Chat, maybe, you know, Cancer, dance. Bring your self-esteem up, bring your self-worth with, or bring your confidence up with dancing, so that you can be able, so like maybe when these strong energies come up, you do something that you like. Dance, you know, grab a healthy meal. But definitely the challenge is your self-worth. All right. Leo, you got the Sun card in reverse. Everybody has been in the upright. You came out in the reverse. So there's a lot highlight as, okay, internal highlight. That's what I was going to say. So there's a lot being illuminated and extracted from the inside of you. And so right now for you, what I am getting to chill out. If you are not in a relationship, and you know, your friends are asking you to go out and stuff like that, actually, you know, be with yourself next week. This is what I'm getting. Be with yourself, honor yourself. What is your authentic side for next week? What is your authentic side? Step into your authentic side. Some of you guys are wondering, what is authenticity? So, you know, ask yourself that. Talk to yourself. I'm not there with you. Nobody's there with you. So we don't know that you're talking to yourself. So go talk to yourself. All right. And also with the Sun card, any decision that you've been contemplating on, go ahead and do it. Do it. You have the spirit guides here. They're there. They're guiding you. So if it feels scary, but you still enjoy it, go ahead and do it. Tell me what happens though. Here's your challenge. A lot of times when we're scared to do something, it's just a fear of things, of failure, like a failure. But remember, I always say this: failure is that what happened, what you did, right? But it's not who you are, because you've accomplished a lot in the past. So just think about that. Your challenge, the Three of... A lot of us have emotional things happening, right? Mars is in Cancer. So this is like, you know, what we feeling deep in our emotions. So if some of you guys do have depression or anxiety, grab your tools next week. All of us. Me too. Grab your tools, because it's going to be needed. So if you're outside in the supermarket and you're about to cry, Leo, you might be in the supermarket about to cry, honor yourself. Grab a tissue. I learned to go, y'all, I'll be in Target, I'll be like, they be like, my ladies, you alright? Like, yeah. Because some of us are going to be having like these tearful waterfalls just happening for us, right? And we're going to be tight, because you're like, why am I crying? And it's just like, bro, let it out. All right. So with the Three of Cups, I also get celebration. So go ahead and, again, honor your feelings, honor yourself. Your challenge is being able to say to yourself that you accomplished that, or that you went through that. So go ahead, and if you need to maybe connect with other people, for some of you guys, stay to yourself, you know, because you're going to be quite emotional, and some people may not be able to hold space for you. So ask anybody, can they hold space for you so you can be able to pour yourself out? So that's also going to be the challenge. Is there going to be somebody there to support me? Some of us don't want to be in that space because we don't feel supported. All right. So go ahead and find that comfortable group. Find that comfortable person who's going to help you go through this transition. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of us out here now. We ain't scared no more. We out here to assist. All right. Libra. Libra, you have the Temperance card. But this is in conjunction to the Devil card. So here, next week, some of you Libras might be in a space of biting too much off of a tree, or you might be in the space of exhaustion. I'm getting, because like with the cups are on the floor, so all that emotional. So next week you might be more in lust. So some of you guys may be meeting somebody and that lust energy is there. If you've been saying to yourself that you want to be in a serious relationship, then ask yourself if this that's coming up for you next week. It's and by the way, Cancer, your card fell when I shuffled, so you're definitely going to have an intense shift, as well as Sagittarius, because both your cards fell on the floor. So there could be some surprises coming up. So yeah, for you too, Libra, because I'm getting, since I said it while I'm talking about you, you could definitely be getting in some surprises. So some of you guys may have been in a relationship or at a job um, that really didn't, like, you felt. So I'm gonna. That's how you felt, like, is this job for me? Is this relationship for me? But you still went forward towards it. And then so now this week, some clarity is going to be coming up in regards to the situation. Now, when it comes to you and yourself, there's going to be a lot of aha moments and a lot of times where you might be saying to yourself, well, why the bleep did I do that? And it's just like, allow yourself to know that when you was in that energy, like, don't beat yourself up for being an asshole. That's what I'm getting. And when you wasn't that energy, it was that energy. But again, we shift and we move and we do, if we decide to become a better version of ourselves, right? So for those of you who might be in that dark space next week, bring yourself back up. We have, every day we wake up to be renewed. So your challenge. The Four of Swords. Your challenge is actually taking time out to acknowledge all of this. Journal. Ask yourself a lot of questions, right? Because if one, you don't sit down with yourself and analyze the situation, that you could be having a couple of you might be tripping over a couple of times. So then think about also meditation. Some of you guys are being asked to meditate so you can get clarity. Are you meditating? What does meditation mean, right? You can be walking consciously down the street looking at flowers and trees. And as you do that, when you're in the present moment, you start receiving some aha moments. When we talking to ourselves, it's really those moments when you walk in and an idea comes in and it's just like, oh shit, that's connected to that. This is why I say write things down, because a lot of times all the time, everything comes in puzzle pieces. And that is the energy that we as humans decided to give ourselves. So when it comes in puzzle pieces, everything is not going to just come full force. So for you, it's about staying still at times when your energy feels like it needs to stay still so that you can receive the information. Sagittarius. No, with meditation, no, you don't. Let me tell you something. You could put some frequency music. You could put some, like, a lot of people like listening to the birds, but they don't want to sit outside, right? Sometimes they don't. That just happens. You could go on YouTube and you could put bird music and just chill. At times, the hardest part is sitting with yourself, by yourself, listening to your thoughts, because our thoughts are scary. Our thoughts be talking trash to us. So we have to flip that shit. Every fucking second of our lives, we have to flip it. The minute that you go to the corner store, there's something, an action, a reaction, somebody's pushing you, and you automatically can get into that mode to fight or you could get into that mode to say to yourself, well, there's better things to think about than somebody bumping me and they probably didn't even know, or they probably did it on purpose. And if they did it on purpose, then they needed to release some energy. Dust yourself off and keep it moving. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's pick and choose what we fight for. All right. Pick and choose what we fight for. Right here, Sagittarius. That was for you. Six of Wands. The Six of Wands talks about energy from the past, right? This is what I'm getting for you. Some energy from the past is coming up, but it's not a positive one, because there's, if you can see that there's really no light. This person on this side this person on this side hasn't had clarity as of yet, but they still want to come back. Remember that Mercury energy is coming back. We are in its shadow at this current time. Ooh, shadow. So already communications are getting confused. Already technology is acting the fuck up. So think about anything that has to do with wanting to make a choice when it comes to your actions and your feelings. Are people honoring your actions and your feelings? And right now, you ready to share your actions and your feelings with your friends, your family, your coworkers, and even with your job. You want to be able to expand a little bit more. But right now, there's a lot. Like, your fire is not. It's like a match, right? And then all of a sudden, you want to turn on your match, but you want people to be there for you. But right now, Spirit is also saying that you have to do this on your own. And not to be quite angry about it, because a lot of people don't really know what you truly want. The time to express yourself is now. Look at this girl. She's tight. It looked like she tight that he leaving. He throwing his crown on the floor. Some of y'all might be fighting your shadow so much that your shadow's like, I'm out of here. Some of y'all just like, fuck that, I'm tired. And so next week is gonna be like that for you. Some of you guys will be getting angry at yourself. You'll be getting angry at your partner. You'll be getting angry at your job. And this is you now, next week, taking power into your own hands of what you want in your life. That whole shit is dramatic. It's a Sagittarius thing to be dramatic, by the way. So, y'all, Sag, y'all love to argue. I think everybody likes to argue, my ladies. All right, cool. So, but y'all can argue. I say that because I have Sagittarius around me, and they can argue you down. So pick and choose. The Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. It talks about, again, manipulation. It talks about something, lies, mistrust, which is what I talked about next week. So you are definitely, your challenge is trusting people, trusting yourself, trusting that what's coming up is actually true. Like, listen, when people tell you something, they are not lying. Like, y'all know I talk, right? Everybody laugh when I say, because, like, I gotta start living with my third house, so I make everything funny. I make death funny, and y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. But because I learned how to honor specific themes of life. But when people come to you and they talk to you and they tell you what's coming out their mouth, you should believe that. Don't go around that and try to see what you thought they said or what did you think that. Nah, bring clarity, because what they say out their mouth is that. And so the Seven of Swords is letting you know that. Don't challenge yourself when people telling you what they truly mean. Don't try to change it to hear it the way you want to hear it. No. What they said is what they mean, and honor that. And pick yourself up so that you can move forward next week, because whoever's around you, whatever's around you, your own thoughts are going to be bringing you to a space of not believing at all on anything. Who is? Scorpio. Ooh. I skipped Virgo. Virgo, you're going to have the last card. That's what happened. So I'm like, why is there 4 cards left? All right, Scorpio, you have the Emperor. So next week, some of you guys are getting married next week. Who getting married next week? Y'all better hurry up, because that Mercury retrograde is coming in. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all decide that y'all want to get married, do some astrological shit of where the planets are at. Because honestly, when you get married during a transit of retrograde and things like that, if in our lives we know that with retrogrades is about reviewing. When you get married during a retrograde, are you always going to be reviewing your relationships? I just learned that yesterday, so I'm not going to be sitting here acting like I've been you that. Don't come at me. Well, I didn't tell y'all this before. I just found out about that yesterday. Like, everything is in alignment, right, when it comes to astrology. The other fight is, do we have free will? But that's what I'm investigating right now, because if astrology is, you know what I mean, where's our free will? But that's something else. But anyways, so what I'm getting here, that some of you guys are going to be in the space of family. And so your inner child, you see her right here, your inner child might be acting up, or your significant other's inner child might be acting up. Heck, your boss inner child might be acting up. You might be going around triggering people, or people might be coming around and triggering you. So be open to look. You see that sword? The little boy's not even paying attention to the little girl. She got a flower. What a flower gonna do with a sword? First of all, why he got a sword? That's none of my business. All right. So Spirit is saying here that although Zeus, are you okay? You out here? All right. All right. Zeus needs a TV show. Yes, some of you guys might be in a space of wanting to dispute with your mother or anything that's a mother figure, or might be disputing with your feminine self, and bringing yourself up and standing up for yourself, standing up. And then the other part of you is, that's your shadow self. I'm also getting is in the fights, is in a fight, but you fighting with flowers, right? So like you blessing people as you fighting. So pick your words wisely, because as you tap into your inner child, you're also I feel like some of you guys are here to open up other people's inner child, but you're doing it in a passive way with the flowers, but you're still like passive aggressive with it. So that's also happening. Don't forget that Pluto is in Capricorn. So, think about that when it comes to your legacy, when it comes to your career. For some, I'm hearing like, is that the job that you truly want to be in? Or are you fighting for a job that is worthy? So that's for you, Scorpios. All right. But definitely with, I don't know if it's a geese or whatever, but with that, I'm also getting that there is a lot of messages that's going to be coming in for you. But with the Emperor, it also talks about, standing your ground, being stable, being strong, and really honoring who you are no matter what. All right. And what is your challenge? The Seven of Cups, choices. Should I stay? Should I leave? Should I go? So again, some of you guys, when it comes to your job, that's exactly what you're thinking. Like, I know who I am. I know what I'm worth. And y'all not giving me a raise. Or if some of you guys have your own business, I know what I'm worth. Yeah, your clients don't want to pay the new price that you put up. And it's just like, all right, fuck it. I got choices. I'm going to be able to go ahead and have different outlets to still honor myself. So and then for others of you, the challenge could also be having too many choices, right? Pick and choose what you want to fight for. Pick and choose what area of your life you want to focus on, that's going to help you expand the rest of your life at this current time for next week. Capricorn. Capricorn, you got the Ten of Cups in reverse. Your thoughts next week are on family. If you guys are not in a relationship, this is talking about what does it look like to have a family, so you can be in that space emotionally. For others of you, you are connecting with your ancestors, so you're really thinking about your roots, where you're coming from. So next week, you're definitely, a lot of you are going back to, are connecting with your ancestors. Whoa, duh. Hello, Pluto. It will make sense. So a lot of you guys next week are definitely going to be getting, you might be getting an extra gift turned up. Because everything's inside of us already. It just got to get turned up, tapped in, tuned in, turned on. Abraham Hicks. So, What can you do to tap deeper into your spirituality? What can you do to share your spirit? So some of you guys are also thinking about how can you share your spirituality with other people. Um, if you have your own business, this talks about what does your community look like. And some of you guys are also wanting to take like a short trip. So taking a short trip next week or next weekend is going to assist you in tapping deeper because you're not going to be distracted. You see, this person is not distracted. So you next week want to probably go ahead and take some time out for yourself. I don't see any huge. Well, hold on. What's your challenge? The Queen of Self-Worth. All right. The Queen of Coins. The Queen of Coins is your challenge. So right now you're honoring yourself. You're going through your transition. Some of you guys energetically may feel low next week. Who? So there's somebody who created an intention or did like a ritual or something for this energy to come in and be released. So right now, some of you guys really are in the space of tapping into your emotions and building your self-worth. So your challenge is believing that you're worthy. Your challenge next week is believing that you're worthy of whatever it is that you want to create for your community, whatever it is that you want to create for your family. Believe that you deserve a family. Thank you, Amy. Believing in your family. And you see how my voice is getting like this? This is Capricorn. Speak up. Speak up. Ask for help. We all don't got it. The reason why we all have different talents is because we're there to tap into everybody else's talent. So start connecting with people, Capricorn, that's gonna assist you in creating whatever it is that you want to create. Create that community. Believe that you can do it. Believe it, and you can do it. Oh, Aquarius, you, the high priestess, going through your shit. All right. So next week, if you have an SEX, you might get in the space of getting pregnant next week. All right. So you're also tapping into your inner child next week, but this is in a beautiful way. I do see a balance with you tapping into your shadow side and tapping into your yin yang, right? I'm hearing yin yang. Oh, I'm seeing yin yang. So that's a yin yang right now. So right now you and next week is in like this flowy space. You have the butterflies there. So you're also igniting this new growth inside of you, balancing your masculine and your feminine. So you're relaxing. What? You're relaxing next week, but you're also it's like you're getting things done in a smooth way. So next week is gonna be that smooth. You next week you're definitely gonna learn how to balance your energy, and you're gonna be um, happy about that. I do see you just also resting, and maybe that's it, right? Because hello, yes, your sister sign Gemini is gonna be so active that you probably just like I'm just gonna fall back real quick. All right, and what is your challenge, y'all? We got nothing but all right. But no, we got a lot of cups and a lot of swords. That's what we got. We only got two so far. Two pentacles. So change. Your challenge is mentally allowing yourself to change. All right, Aquarius. Allow yourself to understand that this is something that's being done for you, something that you've asked for. You some of you guys were tired in the space that you was in, so now the change didn't happen when you was quote unquote ready then, but in all due reality you're still ready now, even though you may not feel like it. I know that sounds weird, right? Because so for instance, you was ready to get a car and you had the money, but no dealership was taking your money, or no dealership was approving you. But now spirit is coming through, and it's just like change your mind on that next week, because that shit might just come through. It just didn't come through. You might have thought you was ready then, but now there's a sale, right? Oh, this is so beautiful. You see how they aligning me? There's a sale. What is this? Memorial Day is coming up. So spirit didn't want you to get it then because there was no sale, so now you're getting it, and so now you got it. So again, that was just a scenario, but change your mindset of the things that you want and the way you expected them to come in, because next week they're coming in a different format. Y'all like that analogy? Go ahead, spirit. All right, Pisces. Who you hiding from next week? Who you? All right. The Six of Swords. The Six of Swords to the Seven of Swords. Next week, your thoughts are going to be balancing out who you want to interact with and who you don't want to interact with. And so right now, there is a little war. People are looking for you. Some of you guys might not be ready to come out as of yet. Whatever it is that you have going on, I'm not sure. So there's like a little secretness happening inside of you that you're not telling nobody, and you don't want people to be part of it. People are going to be looking for you next week, and you really just don't want to be around anybody right now. And like I said, you might just be hiding, but this could also be hiding in your emotions. Is there someone that you have to connect with and talk to them and take action? Do you have to let go of something? Are you too much in your emotions? Or did somebody let go of you and now you're in your emotions and you don't want to be around people? So go ahead and, truly think about what's blocking you from sharing your emotions with people. What's blocking you from taking action towards assisting other people for some of you. And that's that Jupiter in Pisces, that Neptune in Pisces. Y'all definitely are going through some shizness. Honor your thoughts. Honor yourself. I will hide. I'll hide. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, fuck that. Right now, I just feel like you need to be by yourself next week. Your thoughts are harmonized because you got the 6, right? So your thoughts are even, and like what it is that you want to do. But you might be cutting off some people and you're not ready to face them next week, so they might be coming at you like, where you at? No, I'm not laughing because of that. I'm just, because the scenarios that I create. All right, challenge. Self-worth. Self-worth. If you believe in your emotions, if you believe in yourself, if you believe that you can do this next week, it will get done. Whatever the conversation is, whatever the upgrade is. If you don't feel like you can go through this transit that's happening in your sign, you have Jupiter, you have Neptune. Both of those planets, one is an older planet that was the ruler in the past, and then you have another one that is recent. It was the new, like, they changed the planet. Don't ask me why they did that, but all I know is that Pisces has 2 planets that rule them. So you have both those planets in their element. So you're definitely feeling that. And so I would say to you, drown yourself in positivity, right? Because the negative thoughts is always going to be there quicker than the positive one. And y'all don't believe me? Go ahead. Right now, say 10 positive things. I'll wait. Quickly, though. Now say 10 negative things. I bet you said that quicker. So I want you to consider keeping around positive affirmations around your house, keeping a stable regime, even if it's just for next week, because you could be drowning yourself in your emotions next week, and there's a lot going on. So escapism could be coming up for a lot of you Pisces. All right, last but not least, Virgo. You got the 2 of Wands, choices. There's a lot of choices and actions that you want to take. You also feel like you've been you being look at Vicky's like, leave me alone. Oh, Vicky, yes, my girl. You'll take a trip from everybody, because right now Jupiter and Neptune, we're gonna have to do a natal chart. All right, Virgo, you're also if some of you guys are energy healers, you're learning to work with your powers. So a lot of my Virgos are learning to work with what they have right now. And so right now you have these two ideas that are happening simultaneously around you. And so you're learning how to balance that out. You're learning how to also incorporate other people, because you see the person in the back is ready to take action and assist you. But at the same time, it's just like they're not as stable as you are right now. So this could be I do hear job position switching for some of my Virgos. So there could be a job position that is being offered to you right now. But with the trees, I do feel like there is still some clarity that needs to come in. So if there's any decision that you want to make, try your best to do it before the 29th, because once Mercury goes into Geminis, it wouldn't be recommended for you to make any changes or any choices, because when it's in retrograde, which by the way, that shit is in retrograde for like about 2.5 months. It's gonna be a long motherfucking summer. Y'all, I'm gonna sleep at the beach. I'm coming up for videos with that. Don't worry about it. This is why I'm gonna take a break, because I gotta start dishing out more information for y'all. Anyways, so moving along, honor yourself and tap into yourself. You have a lot of auric energy happening around you at this current time. You're able to what I'm getting, like, cleanse yourself and really tune in at this current time. I don't feel like you're gonna have a lot of distractions next week, even though that person is in the background, but their energy is not as stable. Whether if that's your boss, even if that's your children, wow, yeah, if it's your children right now, you're trying to make decisions. What some of you guys may not be honoring your children at this current time, and could be ignoring them next week, because there's a lot of choices to make as a family as a whole. Ask your children, they might just have some information. Your challenge, the 8 of coins, 8 of pentacles, it talks about you believing. It goes back to us going back and forth, like I said in the beginning. When I said in the beginning about the astrology aspect, when I spoke about the confusion part, the cards are just confirming everything at this current time. We are all going to be in that space. So being confused about your self-worth, things that you're capable of doing, things that you're not capable of doing, find your strength next week. Find your strength, find your worth, and work towards that. Work hard towards this. If you are have some type of certification and you're wondering if it's now is the time to bring that certification out, yes. If it's a holistic wellness certification, yes. Go back into that. Tap into that. Honor that, because that is also, once you start working hard on your self-worth, once you start working hard on, and look at this, what I'm saying, because this is the 3 of Wands. This is not even, I thought that, I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was just because the light reminded me of a Pentacles. So what you also getting is moving away from not believing in yourself, honoring that you do believe in yourself, and then taking action in showing yourself that you believe in yourself. So if you say, I'm worthy of eating right, are you? Are you gonna, how are you gonna do that? Are you gonna take action to make a choice to have a burger or a salad, or you gonna have a burger and a salad? You can have a burger and a salad. What kind of burger? Who said that? Somebody who likes food. All right, so that is the challenge. Just putting your all into your self-worth, your authenticity, so that you can be able to share your gifts with us, because we waiting. All of us have gifts. I'm just waiting. I've been waiting since 2012 for y'all. I'm one of those. I've been waiting since 2012. All right, and the overall challenge, the overall message for the group is the Eight of Wands. Right now is honoring ourselves. Some of us, put yourself to sleep so that you can be able to receive the energy that you need. You see that heart right there? As a collective, taking care of each other. I do see contracts, so there's going to be a lot of movements happening when it comes to getting a new job. So there is good things. Jupiter is not all right. I'm guys. I just live in the shadow because I like to understand the shadow because it helps me. So that's why I'm always talking about that. But Jupiter is coming in with a lot of abundance. Jupiter is definitely coming in with a lot of abundance. So just make sure that you're worthy of what you're signing up for. You know what I'm saying? Don't share all of your thoughts and ideas with everybody, right? Because some of you guys do that and then nothing comes into fruition, all right? And then you get tight and upset. Move away from that. For others of us who are in relationships, you might be really talking to each other right now on where is it that we're going. And if you've had trouble in your relationship in the past, either or man or woman, you guys are really gonna be honoring yourself and seeing what true self-love is. Could be signing the divorce. Whatever it is that we're signing for, we're not going to see everything at once. It's going to be coming in the other way around, ladies. It's going to be coming in and it's going to be like dropping on us. But right now we just see the beginnings of it. So this is why trust is important. Trust. And what is our challenge for us? I love y'all. Y'all, all I do, like yesterday, all I did was just, listening to the transits, looking at charts. It's definitely heavy energy. Y'all already know I'll be like in 2022, 2025 and shit. The Page of Cups. Beginning to learn how to emotionally take care of ourselves, beginning to learn how to emotionally honor ourselves next week, and really tuning in to those who are around us who are in the same space. All right. So, with that being said, um, I don't do pick a cards on here. I'll give y'all astrology and tarot. But I'll see if I set up a date for pick a cards. All right. I love y'all. The energy is quite heavy next week. I'll probably just be shifting anyways because y'all, I'm doing a lot. I've been healing all month, literally every fucking day. Like I haven't done that in a long time. It's a lot. All right. Peace.